Hi guys, welcome back to the 70th ever episode of the Iced Coffee Hour.
My name is Savannah Smiles, and so far the podcast is made.
You did not give me that information. I don't know what you were expecting me to do.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's probably made around $105,000.
Yeah.
So thank you guys for tuning in, and thank you for appearing on the podcast, Macy.
Yeah, of course. What else am I going to do? Work?
Well, I think Jack has something to tell you, and that's we wanted to film it.
You guys are pregnant?
How did you know? No, I'm not. We're not pregnant. Yeah.
Jack is pregnant.
Yeah. No,
We are
Macy.
not.
I own a house now.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So I will officially be moving out of this residence as soon as possible.
Congratulations. Do you have a move out date in mind?
Well, ideally it would have been Tuesday, but we're pushing it back a little bit due to some technical difficulties, and hopefully maybe Monday or something.
So you're not going to be around for the holidays. I thought we were going to have a big old family holiday, but we're going to be empty nesting this Christmas.
I'm sad. I don't want you to leave.
Yeah, I know. You were trying to convince
weird.
me
Yeah.
to back out of the deal like 2 days before closing.
I told Jack that he doesn't need his deposit. It's only 3%. He doesn't have to close. It's sad. I was telling even Macy
No,
this.
I do feel sad about that. It's just like you're like a staple part of the household. You're like our weird, I don't want to say weird, but you know, that like awkward teenage son that just stays in his room.
What's the difference? I'm
24/7?
sorry. Okay, so let's set this straight. What's the difference between awkward teenage son and weird?
Well, weird would, I just think awkward is a little different because like, I mean, I hear the dating escapades
Whoa.
or some of it that I just think awkward teenage son.
We're starting this off a little aggressive now, aren't we?
No, but just like you're like our awkward teenage son that lives in there. Like you come out of your room, you got your headphones on, your hood up, and you're like, and
Well,
then just like continue
Yeah,
your
that's
thing.
true. I never thought about that. You are a bit like that. Just you close your room and you're just we haven't seen you all day. You come out just to eat in the kitchen and you go right back into the room.
All right. I'll take that as an endearing thing to
It's
say.
endearing.
It's great.
So, thank you guys. Thank you very much. Anyways, I'm moving out. I'm excited to have my own place. Although I am so excited, I'm a little upset that I'm leaving you guys. This has been a great time living with you guys for such a long time.
You don't have to leave though. That's the
You
thing.
don't.
You
You
could rent
could just
out your
rent
house.
out every single room.
Yeah, why don't you rent out every room except for one, but just stay here. And then if you need one room there, just go there.
I'm sorry, guys, but I think it's time you guys are empty nesters, right? Isn't that a saying?
Yes.
Empty nesters.
I
Yeah.
just, at least I guess you're preparing Graham and I for this probably about 25 years before we'd actually become
maybe-
empty nesters.
Maybe
but
Alex moves in. Maybe just get Alex to.
I'm sorry, Alex is already renting a room, guys. That is totally off limits. Yes, we already have that.
How
agreement.
about this? Why don't you show us the house? Tell us how many offers you've made so far leading up until this point.
Okay, so I've been pre-qualified for probably 4 or 5 months, and I've probably made seven offers, 6 or probably 5 to 8 offers. So quite a few offers. I've learned a lot. Thank you, Graham. You've helped me out a lot through this process, and it's crazy out there. It is like it's like warfare, honestly, in the housing market for a buyer.
And why didn't the other offers get accepted?
Well, I made a few novice mistakes in the beginning. That's one reason why they didn't get accepted.
Explain these novice mistakes for people that don't know.
I feel bad because I feel like you're roasting Jack a little bit right now because I could see I've heard about a lot of these mistakes. I would have probably made them too, Jack, to be fair. Like some of these things I listen to, I'm like, no, that wasn't smart, but I probably would have accidentally done the same thing too.
Well, of course you would have. I think anyone would have if they didn't know what they were doing.
So Jack calls the seller directly. He wants to offer $560 for the property. And in the span of a minute, Jack goes up from $560 to like $595. And the seller doesn't even take the offer. He then shops it around and then gets back to Jack saying, would you go even higher? And Jack's saying, yeah, I'll go higher. Shops that around. I'm telling Jack, don't say
So
anything.
basically, the seller had no intention of closing for a week out into the future. And I got the highest offer on the house with still a week left for the seller to make their decision. And they basically just went around to other people. I entrusted this seller, big mistake. And basically, they just went to other people saying, hey, this guy offered this much. Can you beat that? Yeah.
Yeah. No, I would have probably done the same thing on the first one, but I don't think the second time they would have called, I would have offered anything higher. But I can see definitely on that first one. I think it's understandable, especially when you're like really excited about getting a place and stuff. Not all of us worked in real estate, Graham.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're a guru. You're a real not guru, but a real estate genius. Okay, not all of us are geniuses.
Thanks.
Anyways, another house I lost out on. It was initially listed at like 460, I think. And it's funny because 4 or 5 months ago when I first started looking, I was looking in that price range, like 460, 450. And Graham said I should try to go under 400. Unfortunately, well, I don't know if this is unfortunately, but the house I bought was listed at 600,000. Wow. So, I mean, obviously it is a little bit of a nicer house, but not $140,000 nicer than the initial house, 460 that I put an offer on. It just goes to show how insane the market is.
You wrote an offer 460, but that didn't get accepted. So what's the 460?
Well, actually, I'm sorry.
What did that sell for?
It was listed at 440. It's sold at 465.
Okay.
And here's another issue that I ran into if you guys are trying to buy a home. I offered, so actually the property was listed at noon. I saw it at 1 and I submitted an offer, I think at asking at 5 p.m. And that night they got, I want to say 10 offers. It was between like 8 and 12 offers, all over asking. So I was pretty much screwed. Fortunately, I came back with an extremely aggressive offer, and then they counter offered to like a few people that were still in the running. And
A multiple counter, correct?
What?
A multiple counter offer.
Did they
right?
multiple? Yeah, they multiple.
Yeah, exactly. So and I accepted their counter offer, thinking, okay, I'm gonna get the property. Oddly enough, their counter offer was something called a best and final, which I was not aware of, and it wasn't really disclosed to me by my agent, unfortunately. And I lost out on the property because all I did was accept their counter offer.
This is the one that I reamed on Jack after this one. Not this is half your fault, half the other one. You know what? It's 80-20. It's 80% their fault. But yeah, a best and final, you never accept because everyone pays more than that.
Right. The only reason why I would know not to do that is because when you were getting the LA place, you were trying to avoid that, and you explained how the whole multiple counter offer thing and the best and final works. And you're like, I'm trying to avoid this.
Now, if it was just a normal counter offer and I would have accepted it, we could have been in contract.
Yeah.
Right.
But this was like to multiple different people, and I just accepted their offer, which was probably I think I offered 460, and then their counter was 462. And I was like, okay, 462, sure, I'll do it. And then it sold at 465 because someone offered that. So it was just $3,000. And now that house is probably worth $520,000, honestly.
Right. Well, let me ask you this question. Do you like your current place more than that place? Like,
yeah, I like it more, but I do think this house would have been a great investment. And for me right now, I'm 22. I don't think it really matters for me to have a place. Like, I really love the current place I'm in.
Jack.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I am 23.
Yeah.
Sorry, my birthday was like 2 days ago. So I guess I'm not used to saying that. But yeah.
No, but I mean, you're going to want to find a place that you're going to like for the next probably 3+ years, I would imagine.
Yeah.
I wouldn't think it's going to be a place that you're going to be in for like 10 or more, but you're going to want to find a place. I don't see you getting a place and then wanting to move like 6 months, a year later.
Right.
You got to like it enough to stay there for a few years.
Right. Well, we'll get onto that in a little bit. But the lesson to learn here is if it's a multiple counter offer, that means you have to go above the counter offer if you really want the deal, at least in this market. And if it's just a counter offer, then you can accept and you can be in contract. But that should all be disclosed to you by your agent.
Yeah.
So
If I were your agent, I would tell you, never pay ask price. Always lowball the property. And that way you don't have to leave. See?
that's genius.
That.
So
You never have to move out.
So anyways, those were a couple bad experiences. Another one was I got the cops called on me. That was an issue and very, very, very embarrassing.
Tell the story.
Wait, is that going to be the title of this podcast?
Cops called. Yeah, that would be funny. That would be funny. So Graham gave me the genius idea of reaching out to the listing agent and asking if they would also represent you as your buyer's agent.
Right.
And then split the buyer side commission. So I can basically, let's say it's a $600,000 house, I get a $6,000 credit in closing costs or something else. So I decided to reach out to the listing agent on a property I really liked. And I said, hey, I was wondering, I'm a prospective buyer. Like, would you be willing to show me the property? or something like that. Maybe my wording was a little off, but I did not specifically say, "Can you represent me as the buyer's agent on this
always
property?"
done that, but
exactly. So that was my fault. And then he said, "Sure, it should be open between now and and he gave me a range of time where the house would be open for. And I figured maybe they're doing like an open house. Maybe I just show up, meet the guy, and he'd show me the property. Wrong. That's not what happened. I showed up to the place.
What day of the week was this? Because I feel like that's really important.
This was like 2-3 months ago. It was not a Sunday. No.
Okay.
Yeah, but
if it's not a Saturday or Sunday, I would have been thinking that.
Well, still in this market.
Yeah, in this market, usually they'll have windows of showings that they'll be like, I'm there 12 to 3, just show up during that time. It's pretty...
So I figured I'd be safe just showing up. He thought I was actually the listing agent, so he left the lockbox thing on the door.
Wait, who thought you were...
Sorry, he thought I was the buyer's agent.
Yes.
Representing my client, right? So he left the lockbox on the door, and there was 4 numbers on the top of the lockbox, and I was like, oh, these are just the 4 numbers you hit to open up the lockbox, get the key, open up the house. So I kept on trying over and over. Don't know what those 4 numbers were. I think they were completely arbitrary. For some...
Usually, wouldn't he tell you what those numbers are ahead of time?
No, because it's on the MLS. That's how you know that.
Oh,
right.
You would have... Okay, got it.
So he didn't tell me what the numbers are. I just kept beeping my way. I was like, why isn't this working? Why is this work? I was showing up. I was like, maybe he's inside.
Yeah.
First, we want to thank Attitude for sponsoring this episode of the Iced Coffee Hour podcast.
I absolutely love having a great night of sleep, and there's something about it that just helps me wake up refreshed and productive.
And that is exactly why I think that bedding can be just like an investment. You get a good pair of sheets and you get a great night of sleep. It's as simple as that. Unlike cotton that consumes a ton of water, Attitude sheets are actually made out of 100% bamboo. And they are so soft that some people even call it vegan silk. Did you know it's like vegan silk, Alex? Well, now you do. Seriously, guys, because of Attitude, I think I have gotten some of the best sleep in my life, and that has led to me being way more productive and efficient during my workday.
Same goes with me, Jack. I actually sleep a little bit hot at night, so because of how breathable they are, I've gotten some of the best sleep. And there's no reason not to try them. You got 30 nights, and if you aren't completely satisfied, you can return them for a full refund.
But trust me, you will love them.
And right now, you can actually get 20% off your order plus free shipping when you visit attitude.com/icedcoffee and enter promo code icedcoffee at checkout. Remember, that's Attitude as in ego attitude. Again, that's attitude.com/icedcoffee, promo code icedcoffee for 20% off and free shipping.
Thank you so much, Attitude, for sponsoring this episode, and back to the podcast. Don't know what I was on that day, but he definitely wasn't inside. Dogs started barking, kept trying, and then I got a call from the listing agent, and he basically said, what are you doing? You're scaring the sellers, because they have like a camera, and they were monitoring me. And he said, you're really freaking out the sellers. And then we had like 5 minutes. I won't exaggerate. It was probably 2 minutes. We were going back and forth trying to understand. And I didn't understand that he didn't know that I was, a buyer, not a buyer's agent. And basically we just went back and forth, a lot of confusion. Then he said, hey, you're going to have to leave the property. The sellers are requesting you leave. And I was like really embarrassed, a little frustrated because I drove all the way out there.
Right.
And I thought I made it clear enough, but apparently I didn't. And I drove home, and then he called me when I got home, and he said, they were calling the cops on you, basically, because they thought it was a break-in, because they dealt with something like that.
What were you wearing? I mean, I would just...
My normal clothes. I wouldn't say it was anything fancy,
Yeah.
but I mean, maybe a hat, and like I had a beard growing out at the time.
Oh, maybe it's the hat.
Yeah.
Maybe the hat, daylight, haven't shaved in a few days, showing up to a part, just frantically
Just
trying
beeping
to...
away at the thing.
Right.
It's like-
I don't think it matters who it is. If I saw somebody outside of our house beeping like that, and they were getting multiple failed attempts, and I wasn't expecting anyone to be coming in at that time, I would probably call the cops no matter what they look like.
Right. So anyways, that happened. I was really embarrassed, a little frustrated, and I was standing in here. He was on the phone with me saying that they were going to call the cops on me. And then I told him, I was like, will you still represent me as the buyer side agent, and we can split the commission? And this is what he said. Oh, no, we don't do that here. I don't split my commission at all. And then I was like, why? And then, and then he said, that's like you going to the mechanic and saying, I picked you as the mechanic I want to operate on my vehicle, so you give me a discount. And I was like, no, that's like going to the mechanic, telling them the issue with your car and already knowing what it is and then asking for, I don't know.
Well, I feel like that's going to the mechanic. You already have the part and you're just like, I just need you to do the work for me.
Exactly.
Yeah. Or just saying there's a place doing it cheaper down the street. Would you match their price?
It was basically, we both had poor analogies. Okay?
Yeah, sure.
And then,
That's not good.
and then he basically just, well, no, he didn't basically say. What he did say was, all right, well, you have good luck with that. And then he hung up.
You should call him right now. Tell him you just got a place.
Hey man, I just got a place way better than that place. No, I don't want to start any argument with.
Okay,
because I also don't even know what the age. I don't remember.
Okay,
it was like 3 months ago.
Okay.
All right. Well, random realtor out there, Jack is beefing.
Yeah.
I'm beefing.
What are the finances like? What sort of loan did you get?
Sure. So I got a conventional loan, 30 years, 2.874 was my rate, which is pretty incredible.
You had to do that because I got 2.875.
Right. I had to beat him. So yeah, that was pretty exciting for me because that's basically like free money. And also, what else is
It's free real estate.
It is free real estate.
And what's your payment every month?
It's going to cost me about $3,000 a month to keep this house up and running with all of the rooms rented out because I'll also have several roommates. So, and I should be able to rent out the rooms for a pretty good price.
How much are you going to rent each room for?
It's going to be $875, and I'm also going to tack on a maid fee, whatever it is divided by however many.
That's fair.
Yeah, roommates.
That's
just
fair.
because, and they'll also clean their room and everything. So I figure that's a good, and it's also in a great location. I'm going to be pretty kind with amenities and stuff like that. I'm going to maybe provide paper towels, toilet paper, stuff like that. Try to give a hotel-esque experience. So
That's nice. That means
You learn from the best, Jack.
that means Jack's room is worth like probably $1,200 a month for the location.
Oh yeah, no, I wouldn't. Yeah, because it also has its own bathroom.
Yeah, maybe
So-
more.
So who are we moving in?
Oh, we got to find somebody for $1,200 a month.
No, you wouldn't do that.
$1,200?
No, God, no, you
They
wouldn't
stay in
do
their
that.
room. We have another angry teenager who just we never see him, know them.
I know
Yeah.
one. Actually, my sister.
Oh, you say, well, it's $1,300 a month? We'll do that.
You just
I'd be
raised
happy
it?
with $1,300 a month. What did I say?
1,200, and then you raised.
Well, the maid fee. The maid
Oh,
fee and
okay,
stuff
sure.
like that.
The-
The pool.
I know how much it costs here.
Yeah,
for
but
the
I know.
cleaner.
But the
Having
cleaner
on-
fee plus the pool plus we wouldn't charge anything extra for utilities.
Oh, okay.
$1,300.
With utilities, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
$1,300
Not
with
the-
utilities.
yeah.
To finish it off, the numbers on the house. If I were to rent out 2 rooms at $875 a piece, Alex's room, let's just say $1075 or something like that. Another person moving. Also, I'm going to furnish, I think, 2 of the rooms and charge $60 per month or so to furnish the rooms. And then also another room I'm also going to rent out. So there's 4 rooms I could potentially rent out. The numbers on the house. So I think it adds up to where I'd be cash flowing about $700 a month-ish. And I think that would be about a 7% cash on cash return. And if you include the principal pay down,
The PITI.
the PITI, that means that I'd be getting, I think, about a 15 or 16% return annually, which is crazy because honestly, in this market, it seems like doing something like that would be so difficult, right? And that's not even accounting for potential appreciation, which obviously one should never count on. But yeah, I didn't think it was possible, but now I'm doing the numbers and I was like, dang, maybe I did get a decent deal on this house. So that feels really good.
That is good.
We got to see pictures.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. So I'm just going to show a couple photos. I don't want to drag the whole house thing on for too long. But here, let me pull it up. So I'm just going to show like 3 photos of the house, but this is the front yard. Can you just explain what you're seeing right now?
So I am seeing a brown house with a 2-car garage out front, a large window above a double door entry.
Graham, what's your opinion on the facade?
Let's see. I like the palm
PITI.
trees. Not a huge fan of the color. Nice landscape though overall. I would say I just don't like the brown.
Fair enough. Yeah, I agree with you. It is a
Go
little
next.
bland.
Then we got the pool.
Picture 2.
Yeah, I like picture 2. Nice pool. Looks very blue.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like there's any plaster issues that I
There
can
are a
see.
couple plaster issues, but it's mostly cosmetic.
I like it.
Yeah, I like it too.
And then picture 3.
It's also the pool.
Also pool.
Got a hot tub.
And then inside.
I like that kitchen.
Yeah.
It's going to be really great for entertaining.
Cats are going to love this. They're going to be up there on that counter all day. Great refrigerator. Now, you did negotiate to buy Jeremy's refrigerator.
fridge,
Did
yeah.
you go and measure that yet? So you bought a refrigerator not having measured the size.
It is what it is, man.
Okay, it is what it is.
So anyways, the
Yeah.
point of this whole house conversation, guys, is that if you don't think you can find a deal in this market, you can. Okay, you just got to look for it for about 4 or 5 months.
If you rent out all of the bedrooms, you two could have a good deal.
If you rent out all of the bedrooms.
And the garage.
Yeah.
That's storage.
No, I'm not renting out the garage, but I would
And
if
you
I could.
And you could Airbnb the pool. Have you seen that?
You can't Airbnb. Oh, yes, you can. Yeah.
Yeah, there's now an app where you
Yeah.
can rent out people's pools by
Yeah.
the hour.
Yep.
Could you believe it?
We should try that for the Stiff family and see how much money like we can make.
I'd be curious about that. I just want such a high price, but
The point is content,
Why?
Graham. It's not about making between $20 and $80. The point is content.
$28.
$20 an hour and $80
No,
an
oh
hour.
gosh, no. I think realistically you charge like $150 an hour.
Okay, so
$150 an hour.
Sure.
Do that.
Okay. The next thing, this is a conversation that's going to be very exciting. I was planning on just doing this not on camera, but since we are doing it, a podcast right now, I figured it's a good time. Graham, I'm thinking about making a video, my own video,
What sort of video?
something about the house.
Okay.
I think it would be really fun. And I like the whole idea of starting up something, not that I'm starting up anything, but having 100% creative freedom over something I can make. And I think that that is extremely appealing to me. And I just wanted to know your opinion on that.
Go for it. Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah.
And what are your feelings towards that?
I think as long as it doesn't impact the second channel or the podcast, that's it.
I freaking told you.
What?
Oh,
Jack
you didn't
told
tell me.
about
Oh, he
this.
told you about that?
Yeah, he told me about this a while back. He's like,
Yeah.
how do you think Graham would feel? I'm like, I think he's going to be fine as long as it doesn't affect any of the channels.
Yeah.
So, but how long have you felt this way? Because a while ago we did have a conversation where you said, Jack, if you were to ever have your own channel, like you clearly were against that idea. But
When
then
did you bring
that
that
was
up?
a time where I was
Yeah.
a lot more busy,
Yeah.
a lot like back before Alex and living in Santa Monica.
Yeah, I don't know. I think at that time you were probably putting in like 8 to 10 hour days, 6 days a week.
8 to 10 hour days, 6 days a
Right?
week. Bro, Santa
Less-
Monica?
Less than that? More?
Oh my gosh, Santa Monica, all I did was work
Yeah.
and go surfing like once every 2
All right,
weeks.
maybe it was that. We were doing a lot back then. But
Yeah.
I think if you had brought it up back then, I'm like, where are you going to find this? Because something else has to fall back.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. That time, if I did do my own thing, it definitely would cut into my work. So that's one of the reasons why I held off. But now it's like, I'm realizing like I definitely think I'm making enough money doing what I'm doing right here. And now I'd like to spend a little bit of my free time doing something maybe as more of a hobby, something I'm more passionate on. So I'm pretty excited about that. And maybe I don't even like it because I've realized I love like creating content for other people. That's so fun for me. But if I were to start my own channel, maybe I would love it. Maybe I wouldn't like it. And if I didn't like it, I wouldn't continue doing it.
So, all right.
Jack, and to be fair, sorry there's a low battery thing here, guys, but to be fair, Graham said the same thing to me because I had a channel before this. It wasn't very active, but he said, as long as it doesn't cut into your work, and we all work a lot here. So, but he said, go for it. So
Yeah, no, I'd be fine with it. Just if I see anything fall back, the quality of either the podcast or the second channel fall, then that would be worth having a discussion about. But as long as the quality is the same, and if anything, I think if you enjoy yourself somewhere else, it's going to reflect everywhere. So
I agree. And I think also it's like, but for anybody, I think that the job usually comes before the hobby. So
yeah, but I know you've wanted to expand on the podcast more.
Yeah.
So I would expect that like that sort of growth, this would be something that you would do after everything else is said and done.
Oh yeah.
And this, yeah,
Of course.
I'm for it.
It was nervous. I was really nervous to bring that up to you, to be honest.
What, the channel?
Yeah, I was
What
really,
were you
really
afraid of?
nervous. I don't know, because I feel like it's been like a weight over my shoulders or whatever for a long time now.
I just feel like I have the biggest I told you so. Because you brought that up to me.
Yeah.
Because you're like, how would Graham feel? I'm like, I'm going to say as long as it doesn't affect anything.
I don't know,
What were
Graham.
you afraid of? Like, what was the worst case that I was going to say? I was going to say no, or I'd be like, well, then I want 50%.
No,
Like,
no.
What was the-
I don't think
what
you would
was
have
it?
won anything. I just think like you would have felt like a little disapproving of it. And
Why?
also, why?
Yeah.
Because you would think inevitably somehow it would cut into my work.
Okay.
So, and also it's like, this job, everything I do with you guys, it's one of the most important things to me in my entire life. And I wouldn't want to do anything. And you guys have seen what I've done. Like, I wouldn't want to do anything to get in the way of this. So,
I'd say do it. Do it. Have fun with it. I think that a house tour is like the best content that you could do, especially as a first video.
I know, exactly. And it wouldn't even really be a house tour because I would love to do that on this to
You know what
family.
I do? Get someone to live in the house for free, but have them just do some vlog, like one vlog.
No, I would want
know?
it. I would want it to be a little more hands-on, and I wouldn't want it to be a vlog every time. Like I would try out the cooking thing, and then I would try out staying in the cheapest Airbnb. I've been seeing that trend. It looks really fun.
You're going to be doing what I'm doing with lifestyle content, but with a finance emphasis. Where
I don't think I
like
would have necessarily a finance emphasis. Yeah. I would just do whatever I wanted to. I'd post a short. I just have fun with it, to be honest. And that's it.
You'll make one video. You're going to make the house tour video. And it's going to do really, really, really well. And it's going to give you a bit of a false start. That's what I think.
I agree.
I think on a new channel, house tour, you're picking like the two best topics right there, the best two things about a channel. Well, as we've seen with this to family, 10 uploads. 10 uploads. That's where you get the sense of like what's going on. So we'll see.
No, that's fair.
He's looking at that.
Ramsey looks really good.
Wow. He's looking.
Handsome boy.
We got to keep him there.
No way.
Okay,
All right,
so
let's do it. Yeah.
Don't touch him. Don't acknowledge him.
He's in
Go
the
wait
hand
right
position.
there.
Here's what he likes.
Wait.
Hi,
That is
handsome
awesome.
boy. Who's my handsome kitty? He's a handsome kitty. That's all he likes. You just call him handsome, and he likes that.
Ramsey, such a
Kitty.
handsome boy. All right, what else do we have? Ramsey's going to join us.
So Macy, I want to know your opinion on this. What do you think of Graham starting an OnlyFans?
Like what type of OnlyFans? Because I know OnlyFans has this rep for having very adult,
Provocative.
What they do?
provocative content. But there are other people on OnlyFans, like Colin Samir, right? And they give BTS content. And I think if it was something a little bit more like the Colin Samir, I think 100% right away, I'd be like, yeah, doesn't even bother me. Any like explicit adult content, I mean, it's your body and it's your choice on those things. But I might be a little uncomfortable at first, but I'll support you no matter what you want to do.
How far could I go on that before you would feel uncomfortable?
Okay, well, first,
It is a
Why are you guys
spectrum.
laughing? I'm just like I want to
Okay.
know at what point does it start like making you uncomfortable?
Okay, 1,000%. If you did adult content and then try to get me in on it, I would be 1,000% like.
That's fair.
What about solo
uncomfortable.
stuff?
I mean, it's just like if it was anything where he was, sexualizing himself, I might feel a little uncomfortable, but I'd support you. I mean, we're partners. So that's what we do.
But where is the line drawn? Like, is it? Let's say I'm like at the gym. I got my shirt off. I got like 2 weights. I'm looking good.
I think where I would start to get uncomfortable, but again, I would support you, would be anything that wouldn't be allowed on Instagram. Like anything that
That's
Instagram
fair,
would see
yeah.
and take down. I think I would start to be a little.
Instagram would take it down.
That's
Oh,
pretty.
yeah,
That's pretty
you
fun,
have to do a lot to get
Yeah.
it taken
Yeah.
down.
Not
yeah.
really. Well, I guess I know where the line is for girls on that, which it would be like really anything beyond a bikini or anything topless for girls. You're just like, you're out.
Just like double chin.
You got to keep him there. He's the star of the show now.
Yeah, but I think that's where my line would start to become a little uncomfortable. But again, I support you in what, I support you. That's what we do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's,
See, I would feel the same way if you started an OnlyFans. If you wouldn't want your parents to see it, then I would be. I'd just be against it.
I don't know.
That's the way I see it.
I feel
like-
I feel super uncomfortable half the time posting anything on Instagram in general. But also like even just being in shorts, I feel like half the time I'm like, oh gosh, I feel so weird posting in shorts, or like I don't even think on my public account I have a single picture of me even like at a beach in a bikini where you can tell I'm in a bikini.
Yeah.
Just because I feel uncomfortable with that.
Yeah. So I don't know. For myself, I tried to get my identity verified. Didn't work because I don't have my ID on me now. But I wanted. I don't know. I'm obviously I'm not going to post like even shirtless. I'm not going to do that. But or maybe if you subscribe, whenever, I don't know. But I don't know. I want to do it. I want to see how much money I'd make in a week. But I don't know what I would post.
You can make a video on it.
Maybe. We'll see. But it's not going to be like, I don't want to take my shirt off or anything. But I could
Don't
do
say
other-
that, dude. Don't.
Oh, well, maybe I do. Maybe
Yeah.
you have to Maybe I don't. I
That's
don't
off the
want to
record
lead
stuff.
You know
people
what?
on.
If
Yeah.
you want to get something that's really attractive of you without it being revealing, all you need to do is take pictures of your arms, and the whole
I could
OnlyFans
do
is your
that.
arms.
I could
Because
just do that, like holding a coffee or like something like that. I'll just do that.
you do bicep curls like coffee.
Oh, with bankroll, just holding bankroll coffee.
Yes.
All right, we'll see. I'm like 99%. I'm gonna start one. Because why not? But I don't know what I'm going to post. You're going to have to subscribe. What you follow? Subscribe or what do you do?
So I think
I've heard through the grapevine it's subscribe.
I think it's
Subscribe.
subscribe.
You
That's
have
what
to
I was thinking
subscribe.
too, because I think it was the same as Twitch.
Yeah. Because why not? If Colin and Samir are doing it, I'm going to do it too.
That's fair.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So Graham just pulled up the initial emails that I sent a couple years back when I wanted to work for him. He had no idea who I was. I was a total fan at the time. Extremely embarrassing. I've been not looking forward to this moment for a while now, but I think Graham is going to read them.
Part of me wants to do this on the second channel because it's really good, but we're going to do it on the podcast because we can
right.
clip this part out. And all I'm asking, guys, because we're not putting it on the second channel, just subscribe if you're at this point. Jack did not want to do this video for
Long time.
2 years.
Yeah.
He said no to this video. Macy's not heard these emails. Alex has not heard these emails. And Jack did not want this getting out. But
Extremely embarrassing. I was like desperate.
I like how you came up with the topics for this video and you bring up the emails.
well, no, I've been telling
he'd
Jack.
been pressuring
That's
me lately. Especially.
That's me. The first email you sent me, February 2nd, 2019. The title is just lunch. Okay.
Nice.
Hey, Graham. My name is Jack Selby, and I'm a subscriber to your YouTube channel. You are a truly inspiring person and a true role model for me. I love your videos and make sure to like them when I watch. That's good. I'm 20 years old, and like you, when you were younger, I'm not entirely sure what I want to do in life. I have huge dreams and aspirations, but I let stuff get in the way. I've recently decided to get into the real estate business because of you. However, I'm not sure how well it will go over. I know you are in LA. I live in a neighboring city, Ventura. I was wondering if I could drive out to LA and buy you lunch so we could talk. It would mean so much to me if I could just get some advice from you or we could just talk. I am by no means looking for a job or money from you. I just want to talk. My cell is blank, or you could reach me by email. Please get back to me. Thank you so much.
Okay.
So first email's great. It's just lunch.
So a few things. One, it was probably way too long. Two,
I agree.
you didn't offer him free food.
I said I will
Graham,
buy you lunch, didn't I?
Did you?
Take you to
thought-
lunch? I think it was implied that I would be paying.
Yeah,
buy you lunch so we could talk.
Yeah. So I figured that looking back, I'm like, okay, that's not very embarrassing. Although I definitely could have done a better job. It's like you don't just subject something, lunch.
You know what's interesting?
Also, was your dad a little bit offended, or is he going to be offended that Graham's the reason why you got into real estate when he is an appraiser?
No. I mean, the reason why I'm so interested in personal finance and investing is because my dad would tell me about it growing up. But
Now, I'm curious, Jack, how many emails do you see like this a day now?
well, now I mean, I don't check the email
my
anymore, but Alex would have a better idea.
How many emails do we get a day?
All the time. I mean, we get so many, and if we took up everybody's lunch offer, I mean, it'd be impossible. Actually, I got a DM on Instagram of somebody who said they love the Sta family. They're going to be here this Saturday, and they wanted to take me to Super Sushi.
Wow.
And I don't get that many. And I was like,
You might-
wow,
you might
maybe
just
I'll
wanna
take
take
them
it.
up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
free sushi.
Listen, you just do it.
Yeah. You're lucky it's somebody who wants to actually go out to lunch with you. Usually it's people who are like, I can't get a hold of Graham. I want to take him to lunch. I'm like, I don't even get to. You're expecting me to pass this along to Graham, and I'm not even getting free food out of this. I'm not invited to this lunch. What the heck, guys?
Yeah, I get those too. But to answer your question, Graham, we get probably at least 40 a week. People who want to take you out to lunch, and that's probably on a slow week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right.
That's a
So
lot.
then you sent another email 2 days later. Great follow up there, okay?
Thanks.
Same email thread. Hey, Graham, I sent you a message 2 days ago. In one of your videos, you said that a very important thing to do when picking careers is pick one with the opportunity to grow. You also went on to say how important becoming an assistant real estate agent is. After watching over 25 of your videos, I've decided to become a real estate agent. I look up to you, and I wish that I had this.
Read
Sorry,
it.
sorry.
Read it.
Sorry, I should. It's just it's weird
What is
because
it?
I haven't looked through these emails since I first honestly I don't think I've ever read these emails, to be honest with you. I pick the last one and the first one. So everything in between, I haven't seen it. Okay, it's just weird seeing this back then. That's all. Just knowing you now.
Okay,
it's different.
What is it, man?
Read it, man.
I want
Read it.
you to read it, Jack.
No, I can't read it. You read
No.
it.
It's either me or Jack has to read it from his mouth.
Why?
I'm not going to say any of this from my mouth. It's so
It's
embarrassing.
gonna come off different. Okay, here.
It's not from your mouth. It's from your fingers.
Yes. Okay.
That sounded inappropriate.
Yeah. Here. Because I want this. Because I don't want this to come off the wrong way. Okay.
Do you want me to read it?
Yes, I do.
Frick. All right. All right. You also went on to say how important becoming an assistant real estate agent is. After watching over 25 of your videos, I have decided to become a real estate agent. Funny. To be just like you.
You're laughing too. Keep going.
Come on, Jack.
I look up to you so much, and I wish that I had the talent that you have. Please, Graham, I would love to be your assistant in real estate. That is so desperate. Please, Graham, I would love to be your assistant in real estate. I believe that I would make an amazing real estate agent. I have a personality that has always gravitated people towards me. I believe that I have the charm. Oh my God. Did you read that?
No, I didn't.
Oh my God. This is, I believe that I have the charm and persuasive ability to become one of the best real estate agents out there. That's funny. I would give you 50% commission easily, maybe even 75%.
That's the same way you negotiate houses.
I know, that's literally me just saying I'll give you 75%.
I'd pay $550, but maybe I would pay $580.
No, it's like, okay, yeah, you'd give 75%. I will have a horrible standard of living currently, if that means paving the way to future success. I will have a horrible standard of living. That's desperate again.
That's horrible.
Please consider this, Graham. It would truly change my life. Jack Lloyd Selby. Trying to be very professional.
Wow.
Okay, so
My hands are like
You know,
clammy.
every single time you text me, because Graham mentioned these emails when you first started dating. Now it says Jack Lloyd Selby.
Wow.
All right.
But
There's
okay, so Jack, this is like, because I kind of have my lifestyle channel and then I talk about relationship stuff a lot. This is like you went on a first date, like you're going on a coffee date, and then afterwards you're just like, I want to marry you and I want to be the father of your children.
Yeah, that's literally how it was. Hey, Grant. Okay, this is also May 15th. So this is about
3
months.
Yeah.
I just kept sitting on it, man.
Yeah,
I was still hoping you'd reply to me for some reason.
few months, okay.
Yeah, after a few months.
All right.
Wait,
And then
May 15th. So he had just started working with you.
March?
May. So this is 3 months. I waited.
Wow.
Yeah.
So we literally both came into your life from the same place, knowing each other. I thought he was working for you for like 2 or 3 months before we started.
that's
dating.
what I thought,
I
too.
had been working because I think it was right around here. It was May. I mean, I'm not going to get into it yet, but you'll see. Okay, so it's, hey, Graham, I just wanted to say that I have so much respect for you. I've been following you for a few months now, and I've recommended you to all of my friends. Very true. I've recommended him. I even watched his channel with my dad.
That is true.
Yeah.
Because one of my best friends was in your friend group, and she's once I started dating Graham.
Yeah.
And then I found out you were working with him.
Yeah.
Then she was like, he literally has told all of us to watch Graham.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, I was obsessed badly. Not that bad. I got a Chase Freedom card because of you. I got a Roth IRA because of you. I've made a few $100. I've also been constantly exploring possible real estate investments. It only took 3 years now. Luckily, I have a good credit because I listened to you. You have made a massive impact on me. Please respond. Like I said, I have. Please respond. I have tried contacting you before. I would love to buy you dinner or something. Wherever you want to go, I will drive to LA. I live in Ventura, 50-minute drive. I want to assist you in any way I can because of the way you have helped me. If you want, you can make a video talking about how your YouTube videos have affected people to increase your validity and have me on there, although it's not publicity I'm seeking. I just want to meet you. I idolize you. I also find you better than all the other YouTube creators in the financial area.
Take that, Kevin.
Here is some background on me. I am 20. My dad is a real estate appraiser and my mom is a kindergarten teacher. I'm going to go to UCSB to study economics, possibly go to law school afterwards. I wanted to become a real estate agent, but my dad doesn't support it.
Why doesn't he support it?
He was a real estate appraiser.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm sure that there's kind of a unique relationship between appraisers and agents.
Yes. Yeah.
So
Sure.
I think he just doesn't he didn't want me to go into anything with sales.
Okay.
I think was his idea. Okay. I love investing. Here are some things I do. I have a CIT savings builder account, 2.45 interest rate, bragging.
Oh man, that's good.
I invest in several different ETFs. I have some mutual funds through Vanguard. I have a Roth IRA, and I have the credit card previously mentioned. My financial situation is actually very good for my age, so I'm not looking for handouts, period. Please just a chat or something. Let me buy you dinner. You can contact me, email, or cell phone. Please, this would truly mean the world to me. And then, the next one is basically me referencing a Jubilee video that Graham appeared on, which was millionaires versus minimum wage workers.
Right.
And this is I think just about the most desperate I got. I also followed up later that day. Also,
The same day.
this is so bad. What breaks my heart is that I was also going to sign up for that Jubilee video as a minimum wage worker. So I would have met you then.
That would have been incredible had you been on that video with me.
Yeah.
That would have been insane. That would have been really cool.
At the time I was working a minimum wage job, and I was so close to signing up for that video. I think I don't know if I'd filled out the form that they sent via email, but I was going to sign up for it. So yeah, I said that broke my heart. And then I said on May 19th, 4 days later, hey Graham, you didn't respond to my emails. Maybe you just didn't see them. I could just be an intern for you and just do whatever you want. I would work for free. I just want to talk to you. I've been following you on YouTube forever. I look up to you. Please consider that. Do you need someone to run errands for you? To sift through comments or emails? To research things for you? I'm an econ major at UCSB. I have 4 months of summer right now that I can dedicate to you. Please, man. I can even edit your YouTube videos. I know that that's a pain for you. I will edit videos for free. Your time is worth much more than editing YouTube videos. 3 years ago, I said that.
I know.
And it is. It's worth more.
Oh.
And then
I responded.
Graham said, hey, Jack. Sorry, I didn't see the last emails. I get so many. What's the best number to reach you? I could use some help with some random things if you want to give it a shot. I remember seeing that email. I freaked out. Of just thinking about it all day. And I said, and I also DM'd him on Instagram a couple of times. We don't need to read those. And then I said, hey, of course, my personal cell, or hey, of course, exclamation point. My personal cell is cell. Thank you so much, Graham. Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. My heart skipped a beat when you emailed me. Feel free to call or text me anytime.
But it worked. And how fast did you respond back?
You want to know what worked, though?
We can't see.
Jack, you want to know what worked for me?
Whoa. Here's what's crazy. I sent Jack this email at 2:35 p.m. He had a full response back to me at 2:37. He wrote all of that and responded to me in 2 minutes.
Well, it's clear I didn't think about it too much because I put my heart skipped a beat. And I'm not trying to make you my girlfriend, man. I mean, I probably would have at that time.
So some people don't know this. I originally saw Graham in a Jubilee video, that same one that you referenced, and I thought he was cute. And then he mentioned something that aligned with one of my best friend and I had this theory called the happy hour sushi theory. And it was that if somebody understood the value of going early to happy hour sushi, they understood the value of money because they understood like where to save and whatever. It was this whole thing. And Graham specifically referenced that. So I thought he was cute and I followed him on Instagram. And then I reached out to him via just responding to one of his stories with like a joke because I figured he wasn't going to respond. You want to know our first interactions? It was a giant pool. It was a story of a giant pool. And with the temperatures, like this is, it's 110. And I wrote, that's not a pool. That's a giant jacuzzi. And then he wrote back, haha, facts. That was our initial conversation.
Yeah, I think it was
romantic.
I forget when,
you
but
were
I was
way more into it than
just,
I was, and I'm his girlfriend.
Yeah. I remember just sorting through and just like, that was a funny comment. And it's funny. That was it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just started talking about pools and jacuzzis and LA houses from there.
It's interesting how people change over time.
Jack,
Yeah.
I was kind of with you too. I mean, when I put my video up, I think Jack was the first one to comment on there, but Graham didn't comment, and he commented on other people's video. And I was like,
Oh, that's because we called you first. You're the only one in the beginning that we called.
Oh, you want to know how
We didn't
that
bother commenting. Yeah.
Alex, you want to know how that conversation went?
Yes.
I was I think I was wrapping up out of a meeting, and Graham runs into the bedroom, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, I'm in a meeting. It wraps up, and he's like holding his phone, watching his video. He was like, I think we found it, and I was like,
We
what?
found it.
And then
It exists.
he was holding the phone towards him. He said, I think we found it. I'm like, what? Because I couldn't see what was on his phone, and he turned around, and then it's like, oh, somebody to fill the assistant position. He's like, yeah, and then just walks out of the room. I was like, okay.
No.
Alrighty then.
But you know what's crazy is how many emails we get, Jack, that are just like yours that you sent that we just don't see because we get so many of them.
Yeah.
How many other Jacks are out there?
I don't know. I've tried to hire a few people to do some random things here and there. But unfortunately, it's never worked out to my...
But what about one like that? What about one of those emails? Because we get a lot of those emails.
Yeah.
We almost never get back to them because there's so many.
Right.
Maybe
I think a lot of
that's the
people
way to
in
go,
that
yeah.
position that are that desperate would do something of their own. A lot of people would just start up their own channel and start taking action like that.
I think so. You didn't
think so?
No.
I know I didn't, but well, that's because I also had no idea how. Like I consumed so much YouTube, but I didn't even know where to start on that. And I knew for a fact, like I could provide value to you in any way possible. I knew and I would do it for nothing, so.
Right before you guys hired me, I was going in full time on content creation, and I had just gotten my first sponsorship, and on TikTok, and I passed on it after I got hired. But so I kind of get what you mean, Graham.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm sure that there are people out there that would be willing to do the kind of stuff that I did, and I'm sure Graham would have done in the same position. But it's a little tough to come by,
It's
at least
timing.
in my experience.
It's timing. I think it's all on timing. Like I've gotten a lot of, even for myself, for my channel, where I've had people offer to edit. But editing, is one of my favorite parts of making content. I love getting in there and doing like goofy little things, zoom ins. Feel like we all four of us in this room could have the same exact footage, and we'll come up with completely different videos. And that's what I love about editing, but I'm not at a point where I need an editor. So a lot of them do move into a folder and kind of out of sight, out of mind for me to go back to later.
Yeah.
But I think that you just hit it on the right timing.
Yeah, no, I think I got really lucky, definitely with timing as well.
This is my podcast. I have staged a coup and it is mine. So Jack, now you have to name your favorite and least favorite thing about Graham, because I've turned this into a hot seat episode.
Sure. Okay. So my favorite thing about Graham, I know for a fact that I can count on him. And by counting on him, I know that encompasses like a lot of things. So like I can count on him for like a great opinion on something. If he says he's going to do something, I can count on him that he'll do it. I can count on him. Like he's a great person to rely on because he always holds through. So I think that's probably
And the least favorite.
the least favorite thing I have about Graham. Probably, I mean, I gotta say, it's probably your frugality. Honestly, I don't think I don't. I mean, I'm not your girlfriend, so I don't think it's charming. But I definitely think like it's holding you back so much.
What would you do? What would you spend money on? Says the
you?
person who got a new MacBook computer.
I don't know.
Yeah, and it was a great investment. A really, really great investment. It speeds up my editing like tenfold. And also, I think I edit way better on it because I use Final Cut now. And I could barely render Final Cut. I had to use iMovie on my Mac.
So what else? So what do you want? What do you want me to spend money on?
I think you have to forget about these little like $5 charges, even up to $1,000 charges, man. Because you're spending but you're spending your mental capacity deliberating in your head over whether or not you should pay for something. For example, when you're negotiating with Jeremy about buying his old Tesla, you're spending so much time for like pennies to you. I mean, you're trying. No, I'm just saying
he wants 45. I was like 40. At 40, it makes sense.
No, he's
45.
willing to do 44. I thought.
No, 43. Well, I don't want to say.
I think with Graham, because I was worried initially when we first started dating, when he talked about bringing on one full-time assistant and he wanted a driver and different stuff, I was worried that the more he'd make, the more he would change. But I feel like Ram's the same because of the things like this. He's always kind of kept his touch because he knows some of those frugality things are him he still is in touch with what it means to make every single dollar. I think that those weird frugality things that maybe just for us and what we see is like, it's $5, just get over it. For him, it's kept Graham. And that's why still now, I mean, obviously there's ways that both of us have matured and grown as people over our relationship, but I think it's one thing that's kept you, and has kept you so in touch.
Well, I was speaking more so from a business perspective. I wasn't really talking about like from a personal level, because I do think from a personal level, it keeps you grounded, having the amount of money that you have, not willing to spend the extra dollar for, I don't know, an extra side or something like that. I think it keeps you grounded in like the normal people out here.
The normal.
But like from a business perspective, because we do a lot of business together, I do think it could help you a lot if you just upgraded.
Tell me what to spend money. You have not told me something that I haven't done
I'll
yet.
say 10 things if you want me to say 10
Yes,
things.
please.
Okay. So one of the things, you want to say something?
Oh no, I just was going to keep count for you.
Oh, sure. Okay. So one of the first things is the A7S3 camera. Okay.
That's on Alex.
He agreed to it.
I said yes. So get rid of that.
That's on the way.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm just saying that took 2 months of
It's
convincing.
been fine. It's been fine until then, though.
No, but I'm just saying if you had upgraded a while, I mean, do you not want me to go into that one since it's solved?
Because it's already
but that was an
solved.
issue for a
But
long
the current
time.
camera's fine. I've never had an issue with the camera. This is an upgrade.
For the towels on your lights, you got to get rid of
Doesn't
that.
make any difference.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Doesn't make
it does.
any
It's
difference.
quality. It's quality.
I completely
And for the
disagree.
viewers, I think that, look, for a lot of them, maybe it won't matter, but I do think if you're going to grow, you need to start investing back into your channel a little bit, man.
It works. I don't know. I like the towels. But okay, what's the next one?
What's up?
Oh,
She's
count.
counting.
You only have one.
Got it. Okay, sorry.
Two towels.
The Volvo. I think spending $1,000 on the Volvo was just.
I thought that was the best financial choice I've done. That was one of the best buys this year.
Okay, well, I disagree with that. First of all, because look, it's funny for branding. You can negotiate.
I don't
you
think
can
it's funny.
argue
I
that.
use that car.
You rarely use that car. Rarely ever do you use that car. You've probably used it once in the first 4 months that we own the car.
I've used it multiple
He
times.
does use it more than the Tesla,
Yes.
I will say.
But I just don't understand. It's like you have a Tesla and you also have a Volvo.
Yeah, because
and
you never know when we need an extra car. It's $1,000.
sure.
It's worth 4 or 5. Like it's. I would be stupid not to buy that car. That car would make me more money than buying Jeremy's Tesla.
Sure. Okay. So let me also. I'll just say a few more things.
Okay.
As far as the set for the iced coffee
Yes.
hour, I remember I had to call you and double check and convince you for a long time about upgrading some of the things and buying some of the things for the set. And that was like you. It took a little bit of convincing.
I
for that.
think it was the camera because I said we had 2 Canons.
I think
remember that.
what it all comes down to is I think that you should maybe instill a little bit more trust in Alex and I to make some of the more, the $1,000 to $5,000 decisions, because I don't even think it's worth your time to think about these little inconveniences for you that could really improve the business. I think it's not worth your time. If we say, Graham, you need to buy this to make the business better.
What do I need right now?
Well, we still don't have an A7S3 for the main channel. You also
Alex is handling
I'm
that.
working on getting that for
I still
free.
think you should have done the Canon. I think Canon has a better color profile. I think the Canon.
They tell me that it's Sony, but they hooked it up. I don't know.
Sony's on
Everything's
here. You guys can make the
Yeah.
decision for yourself. We're rocking Sony's, and then
Give me something
Canon
to buy.
is hers.
Give me something to buy. What is it?
Something to buy.
Yeah, you come up with
I'm
those.
also. I will admit, I'm put on the spot a little bit, so
Yeah.
it's kind of
We
difficult
did-
for me to.
We did have to nag you about the Wi-Fi.
The Wi-Fi, yeah.
Yeah, that one sucked.
Yeah.
Because I would be in the bedroom and then you'd be uploading something, but I would be on a call with somebody, like on a Zoom call, and then I would just lose connection out of a meeting.
Oh,
and
because we didn't get service in the bedroom. It was.
I didn't
we
get service
did,
in my
but
room
like when
either.
somebody was uploading, then I would lose service.
sure.
So
Okay.
when somebody was using a lot of the bandwidth, I would just
All right.
And that was for a solid, like I want to say the first month that we had moved in
that
here.
was bad.
It was just like a total issue. You couldn't even use the Wi-Fi in my room.
All right,
So
okay,
that was
all
an
right.
issue. And I had to call you to convince to upgrade the router. Another thing was the IMAX. I remember it had been a long time,
Yeah,
even though
did
we're
that.
splitting the
But you
cost
give
of
him
that.
past
Basically,
examples. What can I buy now? What do we need now?
what do you think, Alex? Because I know you probably also have an opinion on this.
Well, the first thing that should be taken care of is those lights, man. You shouldn't be having towels on your lights at this level, and it does make a difference. I'm telling you.
Look at how quality the lighting is in here. It's amazing. But Graham's main channel, like he's totally overexposed. I want to say half the time. Okay,
but that's Graham. That's Graham. That's his brand. It's funny because we went to that YouTube review of your channel. They're like, maybe get a hair light, but just keep everything the same.
Yeah. Even Mr. Beast was like, he wouldn't change anything.
But when you... What?
Mr. Beast said he wouldn't change anything. The only thing Mr. Beast said was, I think, was an editor.
I agree with that. I think you should hire out an editor. I do just want to say, though, it's like when you side by side someone like Ali Abdaal and Graham, and you're just like, wow, the production in Ali Abdaal's, it's like...
Who's getting more views? Who's getting more views?
But you also have more subscribers, and you've been getting more views for a long amount of time.
But I'm just saying, Ali has always had better quality.
Okay, who's getting more subscribers?
Very beginning.
You or Mr. Beast, and who has higher production quality?
Different. That's totally different channels. You can't compare Mr. Beast with finance content.
Finance is too niche.
Yeah,
Mr. Beast is so general.
You can't do that.
Okay, Graham.
Yeah.
Favorite and least favorite thing about Jack.
Yeah, but we're running out of time. So
I know that's why I'm trying to let this go.
How about we just do the favorite thing on Jack, and then we'll leave.
No, I want to know the least favorite thing.
But we're running.
No,
out of time.
come on! I told you my least favorite thing.
We're running out of time. The more we talk about this,
just make it quick.
We're running out of time. The more we're talking about this, so you need to run through it.
The best thing about Jack, I like your ideas, and I think you're very proactive with everything that you do, and you're always thinking about the next thing and how to make something better. So I like that you constantly improve. The least, I don't know if there's a.
No, you have something.
I don't know if I have a least.
Come on, Graham.
He's moving out.
Yeah, you're moving out. I don't like that. Least.
I know what your least favorite.
What is it?
You've. I mean, it's because you guys are different, but he prefers to take some time off as to where you would prefer to work.
No, it's not. I wouldn't say that's a least.
I mean, I'm sure you don't like that, but I do like. I would like to say I do come back swinging.
You do.
Like once I take a break, it reinvigorates my passion.
I think the only time that was bad was when you were also still in college.
That was tough.
But now it's like you take off like 2 days, but you already are.
You know what?
Half ahead.
Yeah, the only things I could think of is that there were a few times where I was pushing to get something done like really, really, really fast, and it's worked out in our favor. And I could tell, like for example. On the second channel, there have been a few videos there where like, I give you the footage at like 6 p.m. and it sucks. But I'm like, we have to get it out the next day. And you're like, and I could tell, but you did it. And it turned out like really well. We've had some of those really good videos where we had to time it.
Mm-hmm.
Same with the podcast, the Dogecoin guy, Doge Pro. And you were just about to leave to go and visit your family. And I was like, no, Jack, we got to do it. And you're like, no, we already have another episode lined up for here. I was like, Jack, we got to do it. We got to do it. No, it's just to leave right now. I'm like, you got to. And that was like one of the most viewed episodes that we had in the first like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So stuff like that.
But we did it.
We did it. But I think there's that element of that you have to do things immediately. And if you don't strike within that, like this, within 24 hours, you lose the opportunity. I think those are the opportunities that you get the best work.
Yeah, I think sometimes you don't have like a perfect, which granted you do so many other things well. Yeah. So don't take this as insulting because there's probably plenty of these things exactly like what I'm about to say that I could be better at. I think sometimes you have a hard time seeing trends that are going on, like things or time sensitive trends.
I think, you know what, I think Jack sees the trends, but sometimes it's like it's the pain of having to drop your schedule or change your schedule last minute to accommodate that. That's what I think.
It's understandable.
I know.
Too.
I know.
That's
a lot of
the
times,
hard thing.
The only tough thing is usually like if it's late and I'm like already like, okay, I'm done, like I worked or whatever, or if I'm going to visit my family and I'm already like, if I tell myself I'm leaving at this time,
you do.
I want to leave exactly at that time. So, all right, Macy, you want to hear my favorite and least favorite thing about you?
All right, let's do it.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm.
Oh shoot, I'll make it quick. All right, ready?
Yep.
My least favorite thing about you: the washer, the washer, the clothes washer, and the dryer are always occupied.
Yeah, it can sometimes be bad. I remember there are clothes in the dryer right now. Sorry.
Oh, always. It's like I walk in with my thing. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna clean my underwear, and then I open up the thing. I'm like, okay. And then I walk back in my room and I come back the next day, and it's the same thing. And I'm like, okay. And then I walk back and it's
Why
like,
don't you just text Macy?
Yeah.
well, I did try texting you one time, and then you responded
weren't
like
home.
kind of how I thought you were going to respond. I was like, okay, I'm not even going to bother.
We weren't home, and I had certain items in that dryer that
I could see.
didn't. Oh,
It was a comforter. Oh, I didn't check the dryer. I just checked the washer.
yeah, in the dryer that I didn't want you pulling out because I felt very uncomfortable with you finding those items in there.
Okay. All right. Well, that's my least favorite thing. My favorite thing is you take really good care of me.
Oh, thanks.
Right.
All right. And that's it, guys.
All right, cool. With that said, thank you so much for watching. We got to go. Till next time.
Thanks so much, guys.
Subscribe. Hit the like button. Hit the notification bell. Get a free stock down below in the description.
Hungry Bowl.
Hungry Bowl.
Bankroll Coffee.
Bankroll Coffee. You can do all of that down below in the description.
Savannah Smiles. Everybody.
You
Thank
too.
you so much for watching. Smash the like button. Until next time, everyone.
Don't forget to end the video in the middle of a sentence.